Welcome to another episode of Bengals and Brews. I am Dell Altman, joined by my co-host Burrow, Travis Brett. Guest today, none other than Shawn WhoDeyBaby Moore. How we doing, everybody?
WhoDeyBaby.
Top of the morning. How we doing, fellas? How we doing? I literally had half that Lunchable in that intro, so that was great. I did not have enough time to eat. I just smelled that.
Derek, are you like freezing up on us?
Can you hear me? Everything sounding all right, or
you were fine until you messed.
It always
right
happens
before. You were good.
Yeah, that happens. But hey, it is what it is. I'm just glad to be joined by these wonderful people on the podcast right now. On the show with us. I mean,
this guy. This guy.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Exactly.
One day we'll learn that guy. Where the hell did I get one of those hats?
This is a one of a kind right here.
Yeah.
It's custom made,
Do a little turn. What we got here? Ooh.
My best Vanna White. Yeah,
Ooh,
nice.
Silent and profound. I like it.
That's right.
All right, what are we drinking tonight? I got this ice cold Miller Lite 16-ounce can.
Really?
Brewed by Anheuser-Busch. Fantastic stuff. I thought I'd mixed it up today with a new koozie.
not a beer, but a koozie.
Correct.
I'm joining you with the Miller Lite, a fine American Pilsner.
Hey, there you go. I guess I'm going to be the oddball, more or less. Travis, what are you drinking? You go ahead.
Guys, I'm going to make a nice little twist up, okay? I'm going to drink a Miller High Life. I know I don't ever drink it. I'm changing it up a little bit.
The champagne of beers.
There you go.
I live and die by it.
Classy broad.
Speaking of classy, I'm going to try to class things up a little bit. I got me some nice wine, and this is called Bootleggers. It is basically hillbilly wine, cranberry Moscato is what I've got drinking, what I'm just sipping on over here.
He's got the little fucking Yeti and everything.
Oh, look at my wine, everyone.
As soon as he brought it up, I was like, what?
Wait. Here you go.
That's the pinky up. There you go. Yeah. So the rest of the night, everybody, when you drink, it's like that.
We all got white trash beers, and he's drinking fucking wine.
A nice cranberry Moscato.
Yeah.
Goes well in the month of June.
I fucking love that.
And he's the farm guy, and he's the classy one, Like, explain that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, man.
All right, so, Shawn, we were talking a little before, but just so that people will know, where are you living at now? How long have you lived there, and where did you live previously?
So right now I'm a little south of Tampa in a town called Ruskin, Florida. And I've been down here for going on 4 years now. And then before that, I was in Columbus for 20 years. And then grew up in Sydney, Ohio, which is about an hour north of Dayton. So I was an Ohio boy until 4 years ago. And
what made you move? What made you move?
We had a house down here that my mother-in-law had left us, and it sat empty for a few years. And my wife kept saying we're going to Florida, and I said I didn't want to leave Ohio because my Bengals are in Ohio. And she said, we're not going to give up the tickets. We're not going to do that. You're still going to go to the games. And I went, all right. I said, you find a job, we'll go. I work with kids. I don't make money. You're the one that makes the money. So next thing I know, she called me on my bullshit, and she found a job.
And now you're enjoying the lovely weather of Florida.
Oh, I love it. I love the heat.
Yeah.
There we
Starting
go.
early. There it is.
You guys scared me that time.
That was my whole goal. I'm so happy it worked.
All right, so I got to say one thing on the subtle flex. What was it? Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever day we went to.
God, I hate when Derek tries to have a fucking idea.
No,
Every
Sunday.
time he does that.
No, listen. Sunday morning when we left for Gatlinburg, the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to listen back to our podcast that we had, and the whole time I'm listening, I'm thinking, okay, they're going to come in with the subtle flex fireworks, and it's going to scare the absolute shit out of me because it's like what is it, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm listening to our show back and half asleep and everything. I'm thinking, man, I'm going to hear this and think there's guns going off or something while I'm driving. But heads up, the podcasters, you will hear this again, I'm sure.
Honestly, I listened back to it, and it really was not on the audio platforms. It wasn't as loud as I thought it was going to be because I was kind of sitting there listening to it, and I shit myself twice last episode because of that. I'm waiting for the pop. Like, there's a couple flexes, and I'm like, it's coming. But when it happened, I was like, oh, it really blends in really well with the audio. Like, I thought it was going to be like, pow, pow, pow.
It's when you're not expecting it on here out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
I get what you were saying last time now. When I was in control of it, I knew it was coming.
I'm sure.
Well, Shawn,
went, what the hell was that?
let's circle back a little bit. Where did the whole WhoDeyBaby come from?
So it started, I think we're going on season 23 now. I think it is that we've been doing this. So the hat was actually it was a lime green hat that I got at SeaWorld in Aurora, Ohio. The fact that there was a SeaWorld in Ohio still makes zero sense to me.
I love that.
And, we got the whale up in Lake Erie. What the hell? But so we were getting ready, and it was actually the last game at Riverfront Stadium. And my girlfriend, now wife, got me tickets, and I'm like, I'm going to go all out. Got a couple cans of spray paint. Spray painted the hat orange and black, painted the face, went to that game, and it was freezing cold and raining. And they named me the Oscar Mayer hot dog of the game. And took me down on the field, gave me a bag, swag bag and all stuff. And I'm like, this is pretty damn cool. And have not been to a game since without the WhoDeyBaby attire and all that stuff. And it's grown since then, and I was inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2003 and met all of these other crazy fans for all the other teams, and realized I could use it for like charity things, and done appearances at player events for charity type things, raise money on my own for different stuff. And it's just kind of a cool thing it helps like bring other fans in, even like young fans. I give them like one of my little trading cards or something. It's just a cool experience to do.
That's what's up. That sounds fun, and sounds like you have a great story involved with that. And the hat I think the hat part of getting that is my favorite one, because the SeaWorld is still wrapping around my head of why the hell you were at SeaWorld in the middle of Ohio.
It was just a little weekend trip up to Cleveland. Went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame, and SeaWorld, because what you do.
Why not?
Right.
Yeah.
So that was you said that was 23 years ago?
Yeah.
And so when did you start painting your face and doing the whole gimmick involved with that?
He just said 23 years ago.
Oh, you didn't
listen to a damn thing this man said.
I did. No, I did, but I didn't put in my head that for 23 years consecutively he's been doing this, because I just found out about him when he was fan of the year, but a little bit prior to that, because I was like, this guy's a maniac. I didn't realize that for 23 years straight, this guy has been just killing it.
But it's been me,
that's crazy. Hell yeah,
it is.
That's awesome.
He's been doing this as long as you've been born, Travis.
Almost.
Yeah.
I turned 25 in 4 days.
Hey, I'm old too. Travis is the young pup.
Yeah.
I turned 25 in 4 days, boys.
Oh, I remember when I was 25, just barely though.
Just barely.
I barely remember.
You're basically, the father of all of these super fans, the Bengals super fan community in general, because you talk to guys like Bengals captain, you talk to guys, Bengals captain is why I started, and I talked to Jeremy, and he said that you're one of the reasons why he started doing what he's doing. So you could basically say that you started this whole thing more or less.
So I have a bunch of illegitimate children. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe.
You really don't remember your early 20s, do you?
There you go. See, it all makes sense now. There were some guys before me that I kind of watched, like Bengal Gene and Bengal Jim. There's actually two Bengal Jims, not the Bengal Jim that everybody knows on Twitter, but there was another Bengal Jim before that. So Gene and Jim were actually inducted in the Hall of Fame the 2 years before I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of, and that's where I kind of learned the other side of the super fan thing from being just the crazy guy that, tried to get on TV or tried to get in the newspaper. There was more to it than that, don't be the drunk asshole, that kind of stuff. Just to have fun, and just embrace everybody, be nice to everybody. You try not to yell at the other team's fans, but that happens.
Yeah.
We see this on Twitter quite often, for sure.
So like we were saying, this man travels from Florida now the past 4 years, still has his season tickets. Have you had the season tickets all 23 years?
I have not. So I've had them. We're going on. Yeah, we're going 13 years as a season ticket holder, and I've not missed a home game in 13 years.
That's awesome.
That's insane. My
and on average, how many road games do you normally travel to?
Usually one or two, but that changed a lot when every home game became a road game.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Kind of where that budget got wiped out quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
All I hear is this fucking cricket behind Derek right now.
Yeah.
I looked at Dale and Dale looked at me, and I knew exactly what he was laughing about. All I hear is a cricket right now.
Oh man, that's the serenity of living out in the country.
And better Wi-Fi, Derek. Stat.
Hey, we're working on it. It's in progress. All right. I'm no longer the money maker in the family, so maybe we can work on doing something.
Hey, shout out Sarah.
Hey,
she got a new job, correct? Congratulations,
Shout
Sarah.
out to my wife. Yeah. Congratulations to her. She got a new job.
So you're 13 years season ticket holder. So where in your 13 years have you seen? Because this is gonna be an age thing, so don't. In your time being a fan and such, being there for every game, you've experienced a whole lot. Besides this year, of course, this year was otherworldly. Where would you say your high and your low was being a Bengals fan? Because, I saw the video of you after Tyler's video on TikTok, how the expression on your face, I could tell that's probably your number one. I would say at least. You were in shock.
Yeah, it was in Kansas City, that was just ridiculous. Like, watching that, I just burst out sobbing in tears at the AFC Championship game. I didn't know I had those emotions deep down, but it was just all of a sudden exercised all of these demons, and I just was sobbing. I tried FaceTiming my wife, and she's just called me back because I can't understand the words you're saying. Because I was But the low, the 2 win seasons have been terrible, but the lowest I have to say would be the playoff game against Pittsburgh with the debacle, the meltdown. Just sitting there, went from here and then just to the bottom of the barrel. There was nothing.
Fucking Jeremy Hill fumble.
I still hate that man.
I still hate that man.
But
I still say he didn't fumble.
I love nothing more than fighting with Steelers fans and telling them that hit was clean.
Yeah, it was. It was clean.
I love nothing more than just Antonio Brown's little cheap ass did it.
Joey Porter shouldn't have been on the field. They had their O-line coach that pulled Reggie Nelson's hair. It was just tons of bullshit in that game.
Back in the day, that was crazy.
Yeah. You got
pulled his hair off his head.
You got Pigpen Roethlisberger faking the injury, getting for all the drama, getting carted off in the cart, and it's the quietest I've ever heard that stadium walking out. Nobody was saying shit as we're walking out of the stadium. We're cold, we're wet. Even the Steelers fans were. It was just shuffling out to the cars, and we stayed at a friend's house that night. I remember just sitting around their bar, just drinking and we didn't know what to say. And I was still soaking wet. I didn't even change out of my clothes. I'm like, I don't even know what to do.
Just numb. Yeah. I had celebrated with my brother and his friend who's actually a Browns fan, but also obviously hates the Steelers. We were celebrating, hugging, it should have been over.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was a guy there. He was from England doing the tour of all 32 stadiums that season, and he came back for the playoff game here because he liked his time in Cincinnati earlier in the season. And he has a video of me that he says he will never show anyone because he doesn't want anybody to see the amount of pain I was in during that game. Because he was recording me the entire time because he thought it was going to be great. And then, yeah.
Damn, that's so sad.
Yeah,
It really is.
That's so
You know,
uncomfortably
You
sad.
always bring everything down, Travis.
No,
Why are-
honestly, I
why
was.
are we putting?
I asked what was the lowest and what was the highest because
we should have started with the low and then went high.
Yeah.
you
did it
answered the low. No, I said without this season. Without this last season, because this last season was unreal for all of us, and we could talk up and down about it forever and ever. But you being a season ticket holder for 13 years, traveling that far, doing what you've been doing, you've seen those 2-game win seasons, and you still made your way up here and still supported the team. Clearly, that's the worst. All of us are feeling that pain right now. I was a kid, and I'm feeling that pain. I remember where I was for that. And now, going off to the better part, what was the best part that you had, the best game, the best moment through your time besides last year, of course?
I mean, I probably 05, like finally getting back to the playoffs. I went up to Detroit to go see that game and watch them, clinch the division there. And it was kind of, you felt like the 90s were now over and we were back to, start doing something again. Obviously it took a little bit longer from 05 than maybe we had planned, but I think that just brought it back up. And then we kind of did the roller coaster. I think that now the ascension is happening. We're going. So
I love it. All right, here's kind of goes with the stuff, something we touched on there. But the year that you were part of the Bengals draft was also the year you were the fan of the year, which I believe was that 2020 season. Is that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just what was your experience like with getting to announce a pick and everything like that?
Did Roger? I'm
ahead.
sorry, I was going to say, did Roger Goodell's chairs did it stink? Let's get it all out.
It was super comfy.
Hold on. We got to do it.
Got to throw the
That's
flag.
on me.
Dale, you don't have to drink for that. That's on him. He's the one that drinks for
I
that.
hadn't had a drink in a while.
Right.
Freaking rookies. Oh. No, so the 2020, being named the fan of the year 2020 was really cool. It was kind of, the only bad part is that it was the 2020 year that I got named the fan of the year. There was not a lot of stuff happening because it was the COVID year. That was technically I didn't. So I guess you say I would have missed home games. I missed home games 2020 because I ended up not booking anything because you didn't know what was going to happen with the season. And I just kind of wrote it off. But there wasn't a lot of activities as far as like things to do with the team and like that. We had video conferences with Roger Goodell and like Peter Schrager and stuff like that, which was cool. And Chris Carter did one. And so they sent us some swag and that's cool. And then all of a sudden I get a call from, what was her name? She's not there anymore. Anyway, the ticket rep at the Bengals. And she said, so we had to be vaccinated to do the draft. And she asked if we'd had that. And I was like, no. She goes, well, if you do, then we can get you in the inner circle and all this kind of stuff. And so that happened. Get the trip up to the draft, which of all places, I'm like, freaking Cleveland. Couldn't be Vegas. Couldn't be, New York. We're going to send you on an all-expense paid trip to.
Yeah.
So get there. It was my first draft experience, and we're chilling out, enjoying the inner circle. And first round gets started, and they start pulling like a fan up onto the stage for their team's draft pick. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And next thing I know, come up for ours, they pull me up there for the chase pick. And I was like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And up there, and I was like, just taking it all in because it was quite a bit of time that you're sitting up there and nobody's on the stage. It's just you in a chair and you're waiting for everything to process through. And Goodell comes out. When he came out, he flashes the card at me to show me who they're taking before they announce it. So I was like,
First to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bengal Jim is sitting out in the crowd. He's looking at me and I'm like, because we didn't,
Yeah.
So then as soon as he makes the announcement, they hand me the jersey from the pit that he's going to get. And I'm like, I got to touch the jersey first.
Yeah.
And so I'm just holding it up, doing all that stuff. And Chase comes out, and all I can think about is dude is wearing all white.
Oh,
And he comes to gives me the hug, and I'm like, I'm gonna get orange and black face paint all over the side of this coat. But I, did the whole like, we're good. And I just told him, I just told him, welcome. I want to be the first to say "Who Dey," which I get to add that to my resume. So that was
subtle flex.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? I'll pull the. Yeah, that's one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, Friday came. We did Friday, and then Saturday was the day I got to announce a pick. So it was did that, and we're backstage, and there's a whole process to getting the draft pick in. I had it probably a solid 20 minutes before I ever walked out. So the picks come in way before they're ever set on the clock, which is something I didn't know about. And then at least I had an easy name. I had Tyler Shelvin. So that was, people in front of me had harder names, and there's a guy that's going over the pronunciation of the names with you to make sure you have it and all this stuff. And
nothing like just completely dodging it, just destroying it.
Yeah. And I'm like, so comes my turn, and I'm walking out, and I'm doing the whole Hulk Hogan, firing up. I got all this stuff I'm going to say when I get up there, just going to fire it up. I get up there and get my card on. With the 222nd pick in the NFL draft, the Bengals select defensive tackle Tyler Shelvin, LSU. And then I yelled "Who Dey" and I'm like, man, I totally just got stage fright up there. It was but I still have the card, so that's gonna.
Go ahead.
I still have the card, which is a cool little souvenir. I need to get like a Tyler Shelvin jersey just to mount with that, but for sure.
Yeah. I was gonna say you had all intentions on being the what was the one guy that spent like 5 minutes announcing a pick.
Yeah,
Blue Mountain State's head coach. Don't respect my boy's name. I had to go.
One line I had that I was going to say that I was going to say with the 222nd pick, the only professional football team in the state of Ohio selects.
Damn,
oh man, that would have been solid right there. That would have been solid.
I may not have made it out alive though. That would have been a little.
That would have been hilarious.
Oh man, you would have got. Oh man, you would have got booed harder than Goodell on that one.
I know. It was.
They get an escort out of there, so you were. Jesus Christ!
It would have been worth it. I thought.
Like I said, I froze. I was like. Read the stuff on it. Read what's on the card. Yeah,
I watched it. I was super stoked for you. I clearly had no idea who you were, but
did you watch it though? I feel like it went to all our picks go to commercial. Did that one actually make air, Shawn? I can't remember.
It did not make air, but the Bengals put a
video out. Put it out later.
Yeah. I remember watching it, and I remember you were super, super stoked, and I'm like, this guy's hat's insane. I was like, I love the whole thing going on with him. And then you went up, and I was like, is this Andy Dalton? Is this Andy Dalton in face paint right now?
Brutal.
Oh, man.
Well, he's not coming back on the show.
I was going to say, you seen that picture today. Sean's guns are way bigger than Dalton's.
That's true.
You know what? I'm starting to get really frustrated with these guests just doing some major flexing prior. Like, if you want to actually see somebody attractive, come on the show now. He's just sitting there like this, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Oh, man. Nothing. Hey, next thing you know, we're going to get glamour shots of Travis in wearing his postal uniform.
Every single day before we go live, just like going live tonight and see, getting my reps in, getting my miles walked.
Just start curling the bag.
Yeah.
I got enough weight in there to start getting some biceps. I tell you that much. I love that. So where are you at in the stadium? Where's your what?
I am 158, and I'm the top row of 158. I'm the overseer to make sure nobody's, misbehaving down below. Yeah.
It's because of that. Isn't it?
Everybody's pointing
these
somewhere.
Guys.
Yeah.
He's smart. There it is.
Yeah. I was going to say, we've all had those games. I think every single one of us. I remember the freaking Chargers game. We We was all rough going in there. We was just
we
having a
weren't
hell of a
all
time.
rough. You and my wife Marissa were rough.
I was not a part of that.
No, I was feeling good, but
Yeah.
it kind of kills the buzz when you got to carry your wife into the stadium
That sounds all right.
and then find Derek's wallet in a urinal area. So,
Wow.
Oh, it was bad.
What's your best? So do you tailgate prior? You go pretty hard tailgating and such.
I mean, I tailgate. I try to, keep myself at a, I'd say here rather than here, but I start off in Longworth with my buddy Chris Neese over there with that's the Bomb Squad West, we call it. It's kind of like the pre-party before you get to the Bomb Squad in Lot 1.
Yeah,
we get down there about 7:30 and get that one going, have some breakfast over there, kind of walk the Longworth lot. Then at 9, I walk over, usually about 9:15, because by that point setup is done. So I don't have to help put any tents up, unload a bus. But then I just walk in, crack a beer, and we're good to go. Because, I put in my time with that setup stuff. So
Yeah.
It's like working for the city. You've gotten your time in now. So now
exactly.
you can out and watch.
Well, and he can't get like sloppy drunk, Travis, because it's crazy how many people come up to guys like him and Bengals captain and stuff. Like Derek, even a little bit. I was like Derek's picture guy for.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit. They see a guy in a mask and they think that's cool, but
No, I just didn't know how much you tailgated and such. I only gone to 3 Bengals games in my life. And
What?
Let me tell you. And we've already had this conversation, and I'm gonna go to it. And if I lose, I'll never show my freaking face there again, because we haven't won since. And every game we went to, some real bull jive happened. Promise you that one. Last game I went to, the Browns game, where the pick 6 happened right in front of me.
Okay, stay away then. You can't go.
I'm giving it one good old college try.
Yeah.
And my dad bought me tickets to the Miami and Cincy game on Thursday night. So I'm going to go. And if we lose to Miami, I promise you, y'all can have fun there, and I'll watch it from my TV. Even if it's a Super Bowl, I don't care. Everybody was like, we got to get tickets. And I was like, the hell we do. We're staying home. But that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for this season, and I know if you probably want to talk a little more about your years and such, but we can talk now, as now we have more fun stuff to talk about. And one of the questions that was up here is what was your favorite draft pick by Greg?
Favorite draft or draft pick? There's one that stood out.
You got to. I mean, most recently, you just got to go with Burrow. I mean, because he's such a game changer. We've seen other ones where we thought that was the answer. We get the first pick. We're gonna go Achilles Smith. Here we go. Now we're Kajana Carter, and that didn't work out. So I mean, I guess
John Ross first too.
John, I hated that one.
Yeah, 9th overall. He had an injury history. I hated that pick too.
Thanks
for bringing that up again, Travis.
Right now, that's why I'm talking about it.
Can we make a Debbie Downer graphic to pop up when Travis? Because
I was gonna say, is that
if you mention it, I'm just gonna go.
Is that worse than the Drew Sample pick, or what do you guys think about that?
He muted himself to laugh.
This motherfucker, because he brings up Drew Sample almost every episode, and he knows it pisses me off.
It's Drew Sample season. He's kind of having his breakout year right now.
Like right now in the off season?
Yeah.
In the off season?
He's a practice Pro Bowler. You watch.
I guarantee it.
I love that. But no, okay. Let's talk more. Let's talk more fun. I'll try and be a positive person.
Come on.
Year, what was your favorite draft pick this year? Who are you most excited about this year coming under the team?
I think Cam Taylor-Britt is I've got more. I feel like he's just explosive. I mean, I'm not a big college guy, admittedly. I would tell you that right now. So I don't know much about these guys until they get drafted, and then all of a sudden everybody starts talking about them. So he could be, one of those things where, I'm only seeing the highlights because that's all that's going out there. But he just seems like he's got the attitude. He's got kind of just that little bit of swagger just to play. He's a positionless player pretty much. He can kind of float around. He's not set in one spot. So he brings a spark, I think.
He's an athletic freak too, man. Like that's what I love about him. Like you got a corner with like all pro potential when you got that kind of athleticism too. Like let's coach him up. I mean, we saw how well our DBs played last year, so I'm excited for that one too.
I mean, and then Volson, I think he kind of jumps out just because he's the only lineman that got drafted, but still he's kind of that, country strong, could just be, a dominant force on that line if he gets the right. He's not had great competition, obviously, at North Dakota, but get the right kind of coaching, get the right strength training program, he could turn into a monster.
Yeah, he seems like he has the right attitude that Pollock likes, just like no bullshit, go out there and work your ass off. Like, I was skeptical on that pick when it first happened. I'm like, but the more you see the guy and stuff, you're like, okay, all right. Hear him talk, you're like, I could see it. Hey, how about we give you a chance at redemption here? Since you said you kind of froze up at the Cleveland game, we're going to be starting this segment called Fire 'em Up. Would you want to cut your best promo for us? It's usually going to be a Travis thing, but I want to see if you can cut one for us. And I'll play the clip before, so kind of give you 30 seconds to just about how this season's going to go or whatever you want it to be about. Or if you were in the locker room for the Super Bowl and you had to give the pregame speech.
You're talking to Drew Sample to get him ready to go.
Yeah.
Hell.
You want to give it a shot, Shawn?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's going to be a Travis segment going forward. But while I've got you here, redeem yourself from the draft when you were going to talk that mad shit to the Browns, or you can just go on a rant about the Browns, whatever you want to do.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. This is pressure.
It's a lot of pressure on the spot right here. Apparently, he has a graphic he's gonna run, but do the first run of Browns this year. Just pretend as if the whole Browns team is gonna face the Bengals, and you're gonna talk us up. You're gonna let the fans believe that we're gonna win this game regardless.
And maybe this video will pump you up here. You got 30 seconds to just
I don't know what video this is. We're gonna do it. I don't know what it is. Offensive line. It's nowhere. Now we'll catch you guys.
Like gods, and when you fall below the skeletons,
we can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've come too far. There's too much to lose. It's not just...
They hit me with the power of the Ultimate Warrior. They told me, exit stage left, exit stage left.
I think not. Do you know who our quarterback is? Do you know who our wide receivers are? Oh, right. That was
Fire him up.
All right, gentlemen. The time has come. The mistake by the lake is here. We've not beat him in 4 tries. Guess what? That is today. Today, we run down their throat. We annihilate them. The time has come. It's time. If it's brown, flush it down. Let's go. WhoDeyBaby. Woo!
I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm fired up.
I have tears in my eyes. I have tears in my eyes.
You did it.
I'm perspiring and everything. I'm ready to run through a wall.
We're supposed to have a conversation after this now? I want to fight.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was like, we'll do it kind of probably in the middle of the episode here because that's what we kind of talked about. But man, we probably should have saved that for the end.
I think
that was incredible.
That was a good reminder right there that it definitely needs to be the end every fucking week because there's no chance that's gonna go
You
through.
can't. Yeah.
Like, how you guys feel about this, huh?
So, how long have you and your wife been married? Where'd you meet at?
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Now you got to be able to top that. Oh shit!
Oh, that gave me a couple pointers for the first week that we go with the Browns for sure.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, thank you. I definitely was going to mention the fact that we haven't beat them in I don't know how long because Baker Mayfield is I don't know, but now they don't have.
Is it 4 or is it 3? I thought I second guessed myself after I said it.
No,
So Baker,
it's at least 4, right? Because
What
I was going to say, yeah.
5-1 versus us, isn't he?
it's at
I was
least
going
4.
to say, I think he's 4-1 or 5-1, something like that. I think he lost his first one against us, and that was against Andy Dalton, and then from there on out, I think they've won.
I mean, we got to be able to beat 23 allegations. You know,
I think he changed his number 24. I think yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's new news. I mean, do we want to dabble into that?
He was struggling in practice the other day too. I don't know if you guys seen that. He threw a pick, and they said he was just off. Like maybe he's starting to realize walls are caving in on the piece of shit.
Well,
What do you guys think?
Everybody
he's got a year to practice anyway because he's not going to see the field. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to. They have to.
If the MLB is going to suspend Trevor Bauer for 2 seasons for I think what was it, just one instance or whatever, with 23 allegations, I don't see how this guy sees this whole year.
Well, and didn't he partially admit some of this stuff just recently? Like
he said something about when he left, the massage therapist was crying and
yeah.
Do you not? How does that not see? Does that seem normal to you that she was crying when you left? That's not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't know, and it's like when a lot of Browns fans haven't tried to defend the man, and I respect that portion of their fan base. The ones just trying to defend him because they're like, I just want to win so bad. It's like, man, some things are not worth winning. Like, I don't care. That's like if this stuff about our potential left guard is true, I want his ass off the team. Personally, like I just don't think there's a place for it. Like this is not the culture the Bengals have built either. I don't want to be that culture.
Yeah, and I mean the whole Deshaun thing with as many cases as there are or that have come forward, there's some kind of fire there because there's way too much smoke for that.
Right.
Yeah, there's just too much. Yeah, too much to not be some stuff there.
Yeah,
there's just no way. So Crib Keeper here. I really believe Drew Sample will have the best season ever in the WhoDey mascot uniform.
Jesus Christ.
Drew Sample was definitely never coming on our show, but I mean, he's a great guy. Like he seems like a great guy. How about let's go into some of our free agency with you, Shawn? Since that's something else, I don't know if you've been on any shows to talk about. Like I thought we had out of the ballpark, Hayden Hurst being one of those guys, but the O-line, man, fuck yes, the O-line.
Yeah. Man, that yelling, I didn't want my vocal cords.
We hurt the man.
No, I mean the O-line was, we all knew was a priority and needed to happen, and it happened big. I mean those 3 names, Kappa was huge. Karras was kind of the one who wasn't, as big, but just kind of was there. And then all of a sudden, when LC came into the picture, it was like, all right. Yeah. Didn't he? That was one that wasn't even on kind of the radar to happen because we thought it was going to be, priced out, that kind of, and to hear the deal that he got, and with a lot of it just being, the contract is pretty much like 1-year deals, all incentive laden, which is fantastic. So it shows, he had the injury concerns, and if that crops up, then you're not out that money that you put in that contract. But hopefully he stays healthy and gets an extension after that.
For sure. I love the right off the bat too. Alex Kappa was right away. I look like an asshole. Me and Derek had a show like right before that, and I'm like, yeah, don't expect us to go out and sign somebody like right away. It might be like later on in the evening. It starts at noon. Don't think it's going to happen at 12:01. Yeah, they made me eat shit on that one.
Yeah, I sound like an idiot too because I was like, the Bengals aren't that type of team to do the tampering beforehand to where right when the gates open they're signing somebody, and then like you said 12:01 happens, and that I just looked like a complete idiot.
Well, it goes to show that definitely the money's in the bag right now. Definitely we heard it from everybody, and we have so much. I'm saying we as if I'm as old as
dude, we all do.
we all have PTSD. We're like,
Yeah, I think the fact that, last season went the way it did and, made a Super Bowl appearance with that line, minute and a half away from winning the Super Bowl.
We can't talk about that, Shawn. We can't talk about on this because every time we do, there's always somebody that yells at somebody for it. Last time I did, I got booted off of this by Dale.
Oh, man. Am I getting kicked out? Is that what's happening?
No.
But they knew that, they know that the nucleus is there, and to just make those few changes and spend the money and spend it quickly instead of waiting till day 2 when the top tier talent is gone. They're like, we have to do it now. And they, like I said, they seem to be listening. They seem to realize what it is. And I think part of that too is Mike, I love Mike Brown, but I think he's kind of taken a step back and let everybody else get their hands in the pot and help to mold this team to where it is. And he's kind of just become the figurehead and not been in it as much.
Yeah. We kind of, where we were talking about Drew Sample, now we've touched on the O-line. What did you think of the Hayden Hurst being brought in at time? Obviously, we all hated to see CJ go. He got paid really well, but I thought they did a good job, bringing in a guy like Hurst who's still got a lot of upside, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he was a first-round pick for a reason. So there's talent that's there. I just don't think he's been in a system that's, been able to utilize him, and he's had to learn, 5 different offenses?
5 in 5 years, he said.
Yeah. So if you can get him in an offense that knows how to utilize him and then, give him some consistency, I think he'll be fine. I think it was a great pickup. I mean, obviously it was a need because as much as we joke about Drew, he's not the answer at a receiving tight end. He can maybe be a blocking tight end, but that's it.
Yeah, I think with the Hayden Hurst thing, one of the things I'm most excited about is, I mean, when he's watching the video and stuff, they could say to him, "Hey, you see what CJ's doing here, the routes he's running and stuff. Go out there and do that because that's his skill set, that's his specialty." And then
maybe
they
a little more
basically,
explosive.
Yeah, and basically they could say, "Okay, you see this stuff where he's blocking? We've got the line. We don't need you to do that anymore." So, maybe with the upgraded line, it's less tight end block and the more out there running routes with the 3 or the best wide receiver trio in the whole freaking league.
Plus, I think he's got more speed than CJ does, which is also helpful too. So that's.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about how people are underestimating that pickup. How we had our hearts set on CJ because of who he was in the locker room and such. But if you could take away a little bit, because Hayden's going to be Hayden, but he's not going to be CJ when it comes to that. But when you have somebody that is just as good, if not even better, and we're looking more at the emotional instead of the actual player. Right. Hayden might be able to come out and actually perform at a higher level. And now you have Joe Burrow as a quarterback. You might have a pretty elite. I traded for him in my keeper league. And it wasn't because I'm a Bengals fan, but it's the program he's in right now can utilize him very strongly. And I'm looking at like 6, I would say 6, 7 this year in the end zone for sure. But he's going to be utilized pretty hard.
Yeah, maybe more.
I think the biggest tie to CJ for most of us was the emotional part of it.
Yeah.
We had our feelings in it, and then when he didn't come back, it was like, well, how could we not bring him back? Because he had, but don't go. Please stay. We love you. Yeah.
Right.
But
everyone loved CJ. That was the thing. Like,
you get somebody that can lead a locker room like that. I mean, it's kind of hard to have that personality, but if you have multiple of those people that can do it on the team, CJ just so happened to do it more than everybody. I feel like somebody can pick that role up and be just as good as CJ in the locker room. I mean, look at our defense, how many leaders we have to come.
I think it potentially be Joe Mixon. I mean, Joe seems like the kind of guy that can do that kind of stuff too.
I think Hilton also has got that kind of potential about him.
That's who I was referring to for defense is Hilton. He's a good one. He's a real good one. Honestly, last offseason, the pickups that we had with those people, man, God, did we get lucky and we did good.
Wasn't it Boyd, Mixon, and then Bates, which that's a whole nother situation, that stood up there after one of our losses, I think against the Jets, and was like, we're here, we're standing up, we're in front of the media, we're being accountable, we're team leaders, we're captains, like here we are. And I thought that was huge. Those guys are all leaders too. I mean, Bates, this whole situation might end up being Mike Hilton taking that spot, like Shawn's saying, but
and honestly, to have him be able to perform at a better level, which CJ was good, but to have a better tight end to do both aspects of the game will be really nice to see. So I'm excited for that one. We've been asking the people that have come on here, and I don't know if you're one of these people that don't want to do it. So if you don't feel obligated. The season's upon us.
That's on my OnlyFans, okay?
What?
That's on my OnlyFans account. I'm not doing that here for free, okay?
That link can be sent to my DMs after maybe, but
you gotta pay for that.
Yeah, that's right.
I got an Apple card, so we can do that. No, we've been asking everybody, what do you think we're going to end up with the schedule being released and everything? Where do you think our standings are going to be? And where do you see the Bengals in this upcoming season?
I mean, I think they're for sure a 12-win team. I mean, I think the schedule lines up enough that we can hit that. I think they win the North again, and then, once you hit the playoffs, it's a whole different ball of wax. But, I mean, I think 12 wins is realistic at this point based off of last season, the improvements during the offseason this year. I think we'll be all right. So we've got kind of, got the murderer's row after the bye. So hopefully we can, stay healthy up until the bye, get that week off, and then just come back out, just guns a-blazing and go.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned that second half of it, because clearly we all know that first half and second half are very different whole schedule that it is. So the second half, you see it. Where do you see any faults, any problems, any of that nature? Like I see a lot of people saying that Tennessee can go over top of us in the regular season. I'm seeing a couple more where don't sleep on the Patriots. All these people. And I don't think anybody's really scared of the Chiefs, knowing what we did last year. But where do you see the second half where we might run into some issues?
I mean, I think Tampa Bay is, kind of up there. Just you have Brady, and then their defense is stout. They've not lost much on that defense. And I think Buffalo is going to be, Monday night is going to be tough. I mean, I know Paul Brown's going to be rocking, but it's still going to be, that's a good team. So those are, and, Bill Belichick in December in New England is not necessarily easy. Bill Belichick at any point in time is not easy.
Right.
And with the way Mac Jones kind of decided that he could figure out an offense last season, and then he's had a whole offseason to figure it out, to learn it, to get better with it, they could be a problem. So that's kind of those three. And then Kansas City, just because we have beat them twice with kind of the same formula. So if they figure out what formula we use to beat them, can they game plan around that? And then we don't hold them to 3 points in the second half each game. How do you adapt to that when they start, if they score more, then you got to figure out what to do from there. So those are the ones that kind of jump out that have potential to not, to kind of be losses. But
they're one after another. That's the thing. Like you said, it's a murderer's row. It's just one after the other after the other. You're playing in probably going to be playoff type atmosphere games that entire second half of the season. So
yeah,
I mean, which is good and bad, because you get in the playoffs, you're fucking ready to go. But you got to get there and go through that first.
And how much have you gotten beat up playing in those playoff type games to get there?
We're facing elite defenses almost the whole second half. I mean, top tier NFL defenses. So that's one of my main concerns right there, is how healthy are we really going to be going in, because we all are projecting ourselves to go into the playoffs, potentially taking the North. How healthy are we going to be with that? Especially Buffalo, one of the best. And
I was gonna let Derek over here talk about Buffalo. Did I do? Am I pointing the right way for once? Yeah.
Every time we go the opposite. You got to go the opposite. Think different.
Yeah, it's so weird.
The Buffalo game. Is it the Buffalo game? There's a potential to have a Shane Graham sighting on that one, or is that the Miami?
I don't know that he necessarily said 100% which game yet, but
okay.
I thought you were going to talk about the Olympics.
Oh yeah, we got that.
Let's see if Shawn's going to participate.
There is zero chance that this is going to just slide under the rug, is it?
No, you already said you'd do it.
Yep, I'm going, Shawn. I'm going through a table on the Buffalo game, so we'll.
I'm gonna powerbomb his ass through
You
the
might.
table.
You might be taking Sarah home for me.
All right. Oh wait.
Yeah, like what?
Oh no, wait, what?
Oh, bro, that took a turn that I didn't see.
Oh man.
I mean, what can I say? It's a gift.
Yeah, true.
Are you drinking that bourbon again? Is that what you're doing?
That wine's hitting different, boys. Look
We're
at that. He's
we're
almost
down to there. Down to there.
Golly. This guy's a maniac.
Well, I thought about bringing that.
Did you
Blue
kill the
Flame out,
cricket,
but
by the way? I don't hear it anymore.
I sent my dog after it. Hopefully, you can't hear it no more. See, the problem is with I shoot a lot of guns, so I don't hear that high pitched stuff anymore. So I couldn't hear the cricket anyway. So I'll believe you if there's one out there.
You damaged your hearing?
Oh yeah, it's a whole thing, but
He goes, yeah, I can't hear it. I didn't even know there was a cricket. You guys just started talking about it. I'm like, really? Where?
There were some
hey,
dudes that
that's
ran from
actually
that
how it
area.
was. Yeah, you said there's a cricket. I'm like, well, that's a high pitched frequency that I can't hear. So
You're not going to touch on the other part of the Buffalo Olympics, Derek?
no, that's all you. That I have nothing to do with that part.
The Bills fans
The
like to
dildo
throw.
toss.
Yeah, they like to throw dildos onto the field. So
Ah,
we talked to the Goodberries about maybe having a dildo toss competition, dildo toss, which Clark Harris said it'd be more like javelin.
that's true. He's got a point.
Yeah.
I think you got to paint them though. Stripes and then red
Yeah,
blue,
then-
just so you can
yeah.
have a.
Competition.
Well,
Well,
guess
you're.
each
I was going to say, Shawn, you're the artist here. Maybe you could paint them for us.
I'm not the artist. This is Jeff did this. I didn't do it.
Oh, okay, okay.
I love that.
Oh man.
But no, so I want to take it back since we've now gone through this year. You've gone 13 years as season ticket holder and such. Of course, like you said, I said I've only been there a couple games, so I haven't really been able to really see like the fan bases and such. Have you been to many away games?
Yeah, I've been to. I think I'm up to 12 stadiums now. I think.
Okay. What was the craziest stadium that you've been to?
I mean, as far as fans being complete jerks and assholes, Buffalo is at the top of my list.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That has been I've been there twice. Once I went with a buddy, and the second time I went with my wife and some other friends, but my wife and I were together, and she just said, she's like, the fans are nasty. The stadium's nasty. I mean, the parking lot is like you're going back in time. You're like 1980. They got, trash can fires going. Everybody's wearing their starter jacket. It's just a whole freaking, rusted out Chevelles all throughout the parking lot.
Honestly, that sounds like a lot of fun for the parking lot part. Like you sold me on that one. I was like, old starters, like trash can fires. I was like, this is fun.
Yeah, no, so the first time I went up there, God, I can't remember what year it was, but I know Bengals ran a kickoff back for a touchdown. It was actually the game where Ocho got hurt, and they brought the ambulance out on the field. And I remember them firing it up, and it was like the ambulance was from 1980. It filled up the stadium with exhaust smoke to get it out onto the field. Yeah,
nothing's new here, huh?
Yeah, but the Bengals were up big, and I could feel the tension like around me. I'm like, this is going to be the game where I get my ass kicked. It's going to happen. And game ends, Bills end up winning, and I'm sitting with a buddy. I'm like, let's just wait it out. Let's get everybody, the big mass of people out, and then we'll leave. Because when you get that, when your asses and elbows, shit can happen. So remember sitting there, and this dude comes walking up, and he's still got a full beer at the end of the game. And I'm like, this means that he's, had a sock beer or something the whole time. He's just been pouring these things in. And he comes up and he's like, you know what? Nobody likes me. And my buddy goes, gee, I wonder why. And I'm like, as he's sitting down, I'm standing up. I'm like, okay, I'm getting the beer in a fist in my face. And he said some other things, and then he just walks away. I was like, thanks for the help there, buddy. But it's also the game where I got a pair of gloves that I had stolen out of my pocket while I was peeing in the urinal.
So I always thought Bills. Well, this is a while ago. So this was probably before the donation for.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before the bond was created. Okay.
It may be different now, so maybe we'll. But I know some great people that are Bills fans. They're not all, but it's been a little rough.
So that's the roughest place you've been to as a fan.
Yeah, and I mean I've been to Pittsburgh on Sunday night, and it was fantastic.
Wow. See, I would have thought that would have been awful. I haven't went to any road games. I just refuse. Like, there's enough assholes from other teams when I'm at the Bengals home stadium.
So I made the I don't know what words are hard, but going into Pittsburgh, I wasn't going to go because I'm like I can't. I need a group of people before I go. Well, I won the Sunday Night Football like fan of the week, and they gave me tickets and like on-field experience. I'm like, I guess I'm going.
Yeah.
So everybody was nice. Welcome to Pittsburgh, that kind of stuff. So I feel there's a difference between Pittsburgh Steeler fans and the Ohio Steeler fans and the Kentucky Steeler fans and all that come out.
Yeah.
The ones in Pittsburgh have an appreciation for the game and for the fans and that kind of stuff. I was at that game. I'm sitting there, and they have kind of a lower section, and then there's a walkway behind it, and it was freezing cold. And we were in the last row of that kind of lower section, freezing cold, and we're getting our ass kicked. It was the game that Huber got his jaw broke.
Yep.
Yeah. So we got annihilated, and freezing. It's probably like 5 degrees, and I see this dude out of the corner of my eye, and he's wearing Jack Lambert jersey and shorts, no long sleeves, and he's making a beeline right for me, and I'm like, all right, this is it. I'm like getting the stance down. I'm like getting ready to go, and at this point we'd already clinched the playoffs that year, and he comes up and just gives me this big old man hug and says, do something in the playoffs this year, guys, do something. And I was like,
What?
What just happened? It was
Yeah.
That's crazy. See, I asked that question specifically to put you up on a pedestal just to shit on Pittsburgh, and now the complete opposite has happened. Where you said it's not that bad, actually.
Well, I like Pittsburgh fans. It's the other.
Every fan base has assholes. That's what if as Bengals fans, man, try not to be those assholes. Like,
I mean,
what I'm always like.
When I went to Oakland, I was scared for my life. Thought I was going to be terrible. I sat in the front row in Oakland.
Dude, how was that?
Not a problem. Not a single issue. Oakland ranks number 2 to me behind Green Bay.
Well, did you see their row in Lot 1?
Oh yeah.
Lot 1, Shawn.
Oh yeah,
had like a whole row.
Yeah, and I know most of those guys that were there.
Well, I wish we would have probably walked through with you, but me and Derek and our wives walked through, which a lot of people were awesome. I will say, like, I thought they were a great fan base too, because a lot of people just like, oh, we get like I was wearing a robe, so people actually wanted me in the picture instead of taking a picture with Derek this time. So, but just people like, oh, you doing all that, and I'm like, yeah, I am. Like, it's warm.
Right.
But we're walking through, and then there's the one asshole, that's like, oh, fuck you guys, and this, that. And then the women get more mad than us. Like, we just keep walking. Like,
right.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's always a good thing. You like stand up and try and fight after that, and it's all terrible.
No, I was like, we'll after the game. So, when we come through after the game, there's one Raiders fan in that whole fucking road left.
You said the Raiders are second behind Green Bay. What do you mean by that?
As far as like fan bases being polite and being nice when I was up there, like, Green Bay is just the nicest group of people. It's just a whole neighborhood feel. But like in Oakland, everybody was super nice. Like walking through to go to the stadium. Hey, you want a beer? Hey, you want a hot dog? And I'm like, here these guys are wearing, they got spikes through their faces and all this stuff.
I would imagine if I was going to go to an Oakland game, and it's not so much as it's Las Vegas now from what I've seen, but when it was in Oakland, I saw that on TV, and I'm like, I refuse to believe that that's a nice, peaceful spot. Like, these guys will throw you 30 yards.
No, they're awesome. They were awesome, like here even, because a lot of them traveled. Like they're diehards too. Like they were ready for that playoff game.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of them now they don't even go to Vegas, but they go to all the road games.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
because a lot of them are they're still protesting the Vegas move, but
The Vegas Raiders, yeah. Still supporting the team, but
just a couple more comments on the Steelers, like just to back you up, like our buddy Joe and then Hulse both have said like they've had similar experiences where the fans are just like, oh, congratulations, and been real hospitable, and that's awesome. I didn't know that, but good to know.
Yeah, I actually met a Steelers fan. It was funny because we went hiking at Laurel Falls, and we was coming back down from the falls, and I just was passing by, and there was a Steelers fan, and he goes, I said, hell, man, I didn't think I'd meet a Steelers fan out here. And he goes, yep. He said, can't talk shit anymore. I'm like, nope.
That was a nice feeling, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, it felt so good. It felt so good.
Yeah, now you're like, wait, yeah, you're right. You can't say shit. I got it.
I feel like we're all grown-ups now that we're all at the table. We're like, yeah, I know you can't, can you now? So let's have a conversation about yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mason Rudolph.
I was like, dude, because I didn't even pick on Kenny yet.
Well, on that promo that you cut, I was like, there's Kenny Pickett, there's Mitch Trubisky. I'm like, I loved it.
I hate Mason. I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate him almost as much as I hate Big Ben. And the reason why I hate Big Ben is because he was from the high school that I hated as well.
Deep-rooted hatred.
Oh,
goes deep.
It started from when
Not
he was
just one level to this hatred.
Yeah, no, I don't like that guy. Not in the slightest bit. Oh, that's funny. That's funny as hell. No, so
what's your thoughts on Tiny Hands Pickett?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said before, I'm not really a college guy, so I don't know anything. I mean, he's got pretty hair, but that's about all I can say.
I love how they tried to do a hype video, and it's literally just him handing the ball off to the running back, the 244-pound running back.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what he's got to offer when he gets out there. I mean, I'm not expecting much from him, but we'll see. I mean, I feel like we're going to see week one, we're going to see Trubisky, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I definitely thought that from us, like I said, being at the table now, I think that Ravens fans are definitely the number one person that we can go after, and we're always butting heads with. I've noticed.
Yeah,
I don't know how much you get on Twitter actively and such. I know you have one clearly, but I've joined in on these couple of these spaces that have been created and such, and my golly, dude, these Ravens fans not like us. It's not like us at all.
It's weird. Like, I'll post random, like, I'll post a meme of something and hashtag rule the jungle. And all of a sudden, if it's bashing the Ravens in any way, shape, or form, I got people calling me names. I'm like, so you obviously went through and searched for rule the jungle to look for something to try and talk shit. And then it was the same thing this week when I posted that Mahomes picture. I got like, people were not happy.
Hey,
I was going to bring that up. Oh my lordy!
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. I personally found it hilarious. I was cracking up.
I was like, I did not expect that kind of heat for that picture. I was like, all right. I mean, I think my favorite one was this dude. He's going on. He's like, leave the wife and kids out of it. Blah. I'm like, all right. It's a picture. Everybody knows we're not talking about the wife and kids, that anybody knows anything.
Yeah.
And at one point in time, I didn't acknowledge him, didn't say anything. And he just said, I'll Will Smith your ass. And I said, finally that one I responded back and I said, oh, so we're going to have a scripted sketch where you come up and slap me. We should probably talk first so we can get our choreography right.
You think that was scripted?
Huh?
Oh,
you
man.
think that was scripted?
Oh, I think it was scripted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We just had that conversation today about it, or yesterday, talking to my wife and my sister-in-law, and they don't think it's scripted. They think it's scripted. I guess I kind of do, but I think that
I'm 50-50.
It was more trying to help. Yeah, it was. I think it was trying to help Chris Rock. I mean, the dude was. I mean,
what else, Eric? What else?
Tell me more.
Seriously, really, that's a great point. You do bring great points.
Derek's damn Wi-Fi.
I didn't realize that people still like. I've only heard people think that okay, it is real now. Like that's a serious thing.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Okay.
I feel like it was. I mean, I didn't like delve into like, let me analyze this camera angle, do all this, but I just felt it was awfully, odd that the next week Chris Rock had a show that he hadn't had a show sell out on his comedy tour, and then all of a sudden his show sold out.
Yeah. No, it was.
I don't know. I could see Will Smith just losing his fucking mind though. That fucking Jada seems like a lot.
But I mean,
did you see what she said?
But the thing is that he took issue with somebody talking about her hair, but he didn't take any issue with somebody. Well,
Yeah.
Bam!
It's true.
So there's no issue with the joke, but that's okay.
When you fucked your son's friend. Oh.
I was keeping it.
Will Smith's gonna come slap me. I'll sue his ass though. I ain't Chris Rock. I'll sue his fucking bitch ass. 20 million, bitch. Come on, slap me.
Yeah, no. So go back onto the photo and such because I know we shared it on our page. We're like, we don't care who you are. This is funny as hell. It's like,
yeah,
and
it was.
We even got a little bit of hatred backlash on us, and I'm like, is everybody that's sharing this I don't know if it's really just defenders of like the Chiefs and Pat Mahomes, or is it? Because I saw a lot of people on yours that were even Bengals fans that were like, "This isn't cool, dude."
Yeah,
isn't funny.
Or wait, this ain't it. That was the comment. This ain't it. Bro.
I saw that like 4 times, and I was like,
is that
what's not it about it? What's not funny about this?
I think people just thought that since it had his wife and his kid in it, therefore it was off limits.
Are we on lines now to try and defend his wife, who's a fucking lunatic?
Yeah, right. TikTok. She puts herself out there.
If it had been him and her with a sign, and he put up, it probably would have went fine. But the fact that the kid was in it, but I'm like, nobody's saying anything about the kid. Nobody. People are just overly sensitive at times, and more times than not anymore.
I love that of anything that's going on, like that's where everybody was like, hold on, wait a minute. This is uncalled for. Like,
there's always idiots, man.
Yeah, I mean
I thought it was does anybody know what the sign actually said?
It just said big sister duty coming or baby due, whatever.
Oh, something. She's pregnant?
Yeah.
Oh heavens, Pat. Oh no. I legit thought that there was going to be a thing where it's like, okay, they might have some problems in their relationship because you could tell that he was getting like, holy shit.
Yeah.
There was one basketball game where he told her. He told
fix
her.
Your face pretty much.
Yeah. Quit the wrestling bitch face. And she turned and was like, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Is it so his brother and his wife are banned from something, right? What was
I don't
his brother's
know.
banned from?
I think that's just a rumor that.
Well, I think that's why they were up in the box after that.
They couldn't go down on the field.
Yeah, they couldn't go down on the field and do that stuff anymore because they were like on the field doing dumb shit. Now they just make their TikToks in the box.
Well, the dumb fucking brother was down there dancing on like Sean Taylor's fucking memorial number. Like that was so disrespectful. Like it's like what a fucking idiot.
I only congratulate him on the fact that he was able to market himself so well because of who his brother is. But at the same time, you're still looking at it and you're like, dude, do you not know what's going on with Juju right now? And now you're going to try and hop on this? Like, Juju's getting like a target on his neck by everybody by doing dumb shit. And that's why, like, we go back to the schedule. You have the Chiefs and you put Juju on there. So now we have the Chiefs and Juju together. I was like, I think we're just going to go on a wrecking spree on that game. We're going to be like, don't forget about us. Like, just because you're wearing red now, don't mean that you're in a target. We're going to get your ass.
Hey, maybe I'll be able to update this painting back here. KB will be able to put Juju in the Chiefs uniform, you know.
I didn't even realize that was that. That's so funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did it like in the duck hunt background. KBR, shout out KBR. I love that guy.
Yeah.
He's supposed to do me a custom pair of shoes at some point, too. I've already sent him the shoes.
I just found a page that had.
We talk about Derek down here who went from drinking Moscato out of a little tumbler to eating random stuff out of a mason jar.
I was gonna say that's definitely still lit. Yeah, it's still alcohol.
Yeah,
I'm still eating those.
No, this right here is. I'll get it up real quick.
Oh my Lord! I thought
Pineapple
those were
moonshine.
The gummy bears.
No, those are gone.
I was like, dude, it's been like 2 weeks. Oh no!
Hey, you didn't pick up those other gummy bears, did you, by chance?
Oh, well, okay. It was.
It's yes or no. It's a yes or no. Okay, continue.
Moving on.
I wanted to. But I got in trouble.
Yeah, no worries. Wasn't for me, anyways.
That's so funny, dude. I love that. So, Shawn, what other paint? So you have just the stripes paint on your face. How long does that take? Because I know you had that fast video and such where you do that. What's the process in that? Walk us through.
I can be showered and ready to go painted in 45 minutes.
Hey, tell Marissa to take notes.
Deal goes, stole one of my.
No, I said good question because I forgot to look at it and it was on there.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's since I've been doing it for over 20 years, so I've gotten a science down to it. But I get up, jump the shower, jump out, shave because nobody likes a stubbly clown, and then get dressed and throw the face paint on.
So it takes about like 5-10 minutes.
The paint itself is probably about 10 to 15.
Okay. What made you decide that? Is there more that you've done, or is it just that for all these years?
There's been slight variations, but actually that stuck after my first set of cards got done. When I did my first set of trading cards to give to the kids, I was like, oh, that's the way it looks on the card. That's the way I need to look when they see me.
This guy has trading cards and Clark Harris doesn't.
Tell Clark I know a guy. If he needs cards.
Well, he literally may, because we were talking about how he doesn't have a card. He's like, I wish they'd just send me some I could just pass out to family. I may have to look into that with you so I can give Clark some cards.
Yeah, I've got probably 7 different ones now. I'm on my 7th edition of my cards.
Well, Shawn, I am a collector of cards, not the biggest one, but I like cards. And if you have an extra card
for kids, he just said for kids.
I got you.
I'm gonna be 25. I'm still a child.
I get you some cards. I'll get you some WhoDeyBaby stickers, a pin.
There you go.
Maybe even a keychain if I got any left.
Let's go.
I got you.
He said,
"Hey, my birthday's in 4 days. This is a great birthday gift."
Hey, there you go.
It's all about him, but he's just giving it to me. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Travis said, "You send us all that, and we might send you a koozie."
Sweet, because my beer's getting warm. It's also getting empty. We talked way too damn long. I went through 2 beers. Damn it.
I'm on 3. I got 16 ounces.
Yeah.
I love that. So involving that, you had different variations. Has it all just been stripes, or has there been any designs that you've done with it? Is there anything you want to change up with it ever?
No, I'm not that talented to do designs. I've thought about it. Trust me, the thoughts crossed my mind to do something different. The only time I've ever really changed it was for the 2 Color Rush games with the white jerseys. I did white with the black stripe, but then I looked like the lost member of ICP, so I didn't.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Bitches!
I walked around lot 1 with some Faygo. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
see.
Oh man!
Wait,
you
want to see this magic? Watch.
There it is.
That just magically appeared.
You got a beer assistant?
I have a beer assistant. She's
Wow.
beautiful. Thanks, honey.
We wouldn't be anywhere without our ladies, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to our wives.
Shout out to the ladies. With my big
You allow us to be idiots, and we appreciate it.
So Dale, before I ask any more questions, you brought up that paper and you scratched it off very violently.
I've only got one left, I think. No, you asked that one too. Well, hold on. It's slightly different. So, favorite moment on and off the field from this season, because Travis asked more about the 13 years.
Hold on.
That's my last one.
Actually, let's do this real quick because I know you're proud of it. Let's do it. We're going to open it up to everybody. Ask questions in the comments with it as well. Any questions you have for him. But
what the hell is going on?
I know
That was some great voiceover work. I personally did that voiceover.
We couldn't even tell it was you.
Couldn't tell.
What the hell is going on? Beautiful.
Thanks, guys.
Oh man.
So ask
Yeah.
your question, and anybody that has any questions on this, feel free to send them in.
Yeah, we'll probably only keep Shawn about another 10 minutes or so. If you got 10 or 15 minutes, Shawn. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
I mean, I'll have to work tomorrow or anything. Wait, I do.
Yeah.
It's okay. I just got back from vacation and I got to go back to work tomorrow too.
What do you do for a living? You said that you work with kids.
So I am a data processor and registrar for a charter school down here. So the summertime is my busy time because I have to get all of the new kindergartners and all that kind of stuff registered, ready to start school in August. So, but right now I just don't have kids in the building. Just me hanging out in shorts and a t-shirt, which is fantastic.
You got your hat on too?
Yeah, I just walk around that way.
Nice. That's awesome. All right, Dale, ask the question again since now the segment has started. Anybody else has any other questions, they can send them in.
All righty. Favorite moment on or off the field this season? Like maybe there's one tailgating or whatever, and probably meeting me, getting a picture with me.
That was the highlight. It was, it was more the way you grabbed my butt when we took the picture. Made it all worthwhile.
That was my wife. That was my wife.
Oh, well, that makes it less cool now.
Yeah. Sorry about her.
No, I mean, I think the playoff game, the road playoff games kind of were up there favorite moments. Obviously, breaking the curse and beating the Raiders was fantastic, but to be there to witness them going to the Super Bowl and just that whole mass of humanity that was there in Nashville, that was there in KC, that were Bengals fans, what is he doing to that camera?
And I did try to get this man to the Super Bowl. I tweeted out that somebody needed to get this man to the Super Bowl. I was,
it would have been nice, but it was just kind of one of those things where I wasn't gonna go broke doing it. And everyone's like, "Oh, start a GoFundMe." No. I'm like, "No, I'm not. That's not me." I mean, I know if you did, that's fine, but it just wasn't my. That's not the way my brain is.
Well, I was just hoping that not people would raise money for you, but some of these people that were giving away tickets or whatever, like, hey, this is a very worthy candidate right here.
Well, and I appreciate it. There was quite a bit, like when Ursay was doing all those giveaways, and I'm like, and the amount of people that just kind of came out of the woodwork that just supported me doing. I was like, wow, it's like this is my life moment. I met Shawn here. I'm like, I guess I have been kind of a nice guy most of the time. So
you have, and that's what I mean. That's why it was easy to be like, oh yeah, man, like this is a guy that deserves it. Like he's always there, and appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you.
Look at that. That's a good moment right there. Golly. But we have one question up here.
Yeah.
Oh, there's two actually here. One is what made you become a Bengals fan? And sorry if it was asked earlier. It was not asked.
So it was good question, James.
Thanks, James. Thanks for your question. So actually, it started when I was 6, and I was living in Florida at the time. We used to live in Kissimmee, St. Cloud.
God damn, subtle flex. You've already been down there before. I thought he just went down there recently.
Yeah, it was all. Listen to my story, Travis. No, so I was 6 years old, was down here and watching the Dolphins play the Bengals, and I thought their helmets were really cool. Well, the next year we moved to Ohio because my grandmother was sick at the time, and my mom wanted to be close to her. We moved up here, and my dad was always a big proponent of you rooted for the hometown team. So my options were the Browns or the Bengals.
That's right.
Bengals had the really cool helmets, and the rest is history.
The Browns most certainly did not.
They did not. They still look like shit.
Yes.
Speaking of helmets, I always love those little helmets that come in the machines. You guys.
Oh yeah, the little cord. Yes.
Ah, God, they got to bring those back.
The stickers always peeled off though. They were never held up well.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one we got here, Nashville was a blast. Was that the largest road tailgate you've seen? If not, where and when was it? Thanks, Whoday Joe.
Love you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. Joe and I drank beer together in Nashville.
Yeah, he's tailgated with us too. Like, that's our buddy.
Yeah, I would say that Nashville is probably the largest road tailgate I've been to for that playoff game. I mean, I've been to some big ones, but that one we took over that entire lot.
Kansas City seems similar.
It was, but it wasn't as big of a crowd. I mean, there was more.
Okay.
It was a little more spread out, just the way the field was. Yeah, but Nashville, I think the combination of it being, the first game after we broke the playoff drought and only being 3 hours from Cincinnati made life much easier for people to get there. They're like, we're just going to jump in the car and go. So it was, I mean, hell, I drove to Nashville from Florida, which was even,
Yeah, I think Joe might have mentioned that earlier too, like how you drove.
Yeah, how far of a drive was that?
10 hours.
Yeah, you said it's up there a little earlier, but you said somewhere like you got there in the morning?
No, I actually got there the night before, but I think I rolled in about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, something like that, and then went to the little meet and greet at Tailgate Brewery and drank some beer there, hung out with, I think, who was there? That Joe Kelly was there, and Akeem Davis-Gaither was there.
Yeah.
So hung out there for a little while, then went back and got some sleep, and then got up bright and early.
Nice. Did you meet the mysterious drunk Bengals fan?
I did. I will never reveal his identity.
Ooh.
I know. I know now. I'm just not telling it.
Yeah.
Now, he came to, it was one of the home games earlier in the season, and he walks up to me and he says, hey, I get that a lot. Just people just coming up to introduce themselves or say hello. And I'm like, and then he goes, I'm a drunk Bengals fan. I was like,
love that.
I bet, man. What is that?
Yeah.
But,
I am also a drunk Bengals fan.
Yeah.
and
Just
have another shot. Yeah.
I was about to ask. I don't know, Dale. Did he ever say that to us? I don't think he did.
No, never revealed to us. And you're a robot again.
Yeah, you were real close to being unable to understand.
There's that sentence.
That was just probably
I mean, Shawn has storms coming in Florida, and he still has better damn service than Derek, who's sitting outside on a beautiful day right by his freaking Wi-Fi.
The guy's got to get it together. All right, what we got? We got Bengal Hoss asks, what road game are you most looking forward to if you're attending any this season?
Great question.
This is an easy one, just because I get a road home game.
Mm-hmm. Tampa. Yeah.
Tampa.
How far is it from you?
25 minutes.
You. Nice. Nice.
So we've already got to play. I have some really good friends that throw a huge Buccaneers tailgate down here. They're called What the Buck. But
I love it.
They have a great tailgate. Like every tailgate they do, they pick a different charity for. And so you pay your $25 or $30 or whatever it is. You get all the beer you want, food. They do like a mixed drink or whatever. And then once they cover their costs, then everything else goes to charity. And they've got a DJ there. They've got everything. And they're just good people. They're just they're fans of fans.
Yep.
Which is always great. So everybody's welcome. And that's why I put a link out earlier when the season was when it was first announced the date, because they already have the tailgate tickets open to come down. But they're just good people. I know Bengal Jim said he was coming down to probably have his own spot, and we'll probably jump over there, but I'll hang out with those guys.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and shout out.
Go ahead. Go.
Can I do a shout out?
Yeah.
So shout out, because Bengals Bomb Squad, Bengal Jim, shout out to all those guys, because I have firsthand seen them guys do so much work for charity as well. I know Lot 1 also. Chargers fans were incredible, I thought. Also, seems like there's a good connection there that Shawn may speak on if I'm not interrupting your question, Travis.
Oh no, I'm good now. So the next one that we have up here is Crypt Keeper. He's a menace to society. He needs to be locked away and the key thrown away for good. So WhoDeyBaby is Mr. Mike Brown, the most misunderstood person in all of sports ownership.
I think so. I mean, I feel like he got such a bad rap through the 90s. The Bengals were not great in the 90s, and everybody said they were cheap. And it didn't, he did nothing to dispel that rumor for many years. And
I was going to say, he's kind of a stubborn ass there for a while.
Yeah. But I think that.
Sorry, Bengals. I didn't mean that. Yeah. I ain't never getting no
He
special
wants what's
privileges.
best for the team, and he wants to see them win. He wants to see them be successful. I don't think that was ever, not at the top of his list. I just think that he thought, well, I have these pieces in place. We can be successful with that. I don't need to spend any more money to make that happen. And, in any good business, you have to spend money to make money. You have to spend money to win games. And it's slowly, he's starting to realize that you have to, drafting is great. And you have a great, Duke Tobin's fantastic. You can get all that talent in there, but you can't build everything through the draft.
Nope.
You have to pull outside, a little outside hire here or there helps you to get there. And that's, I think, he realizes now that with the era of free agency, he's been doing it so long that was new to him, that it's got to come in there. You have to utilize those guys or else you're not going to be successful.
I love that Derek's just a statue right now. Is that on everybody else's
I
screen
didn't
as
know if
well?
he was sitting still the whole time, but now that you
Like-
mentioned that,
I'm like,
he's not blinking.
it's hilarious.
Oh,
No, maybe he was.
It. I love that. We're gonna get one more in here real quick for a question. Is he frozen too? Is Shawn frozen?
No, he's playing.
Great.
This man could be, what is that, a meme? A meme?
I thought for
Mime,
sure he was frozen. I was like, damn, are we losing everybody? What's going on? I love that. All right, we got one more question here, and it's from James. Who is your favorite current Bengal?
Ooh, Joe Mixon.
Ooh, why?
Just, I like his attitude. Just a happy-go-lucky guy. Like, never seems to be too down. He's just kind of even keel. He's loves where he's at. He just kind of seems to have his whole life figured out. Now he has his whole life figured out. We're not going to get into the other stuff, but
No, he was 18. He was called the
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like, I would have punched the bitch too.
And we've jumped the shark.
We can edit some of this, right?
Yeah, edit that part out.
Welcome to the bruise portion, Shawn.
Right.
I fucking love that. Oh, and I what a way to end the show.
He's a fan favorite though. He's always out there, and I want to answer that. My subtle flex here. Get the graphic ready, Travis.
Clark
My
Harris.
subtle flex. My best friend, Clark Harris. Shout out! I've got 2 jerseys coming in that are Clark Harris.
Oh, I shot it again.
Hey,
Real
real
for
quick,
2.
I just want to say I got 2 questions for Shawn, and then we'll move on. But
Hey, welcome
The
back,
third-
by the way.
Yeah,
Hey, thanks.
if your fucking
Hey, great,
service holds
great
up-
to be here.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No way.
This fucking guy.
Oh no.
It was so
Am I
good.
back yet?
You're good. You're good.
Am I
Maybe.
good?
You better hurry
you,
up.
You had to say
Hurry
something.
up.
Hey, okay, 2 questions. One, are you planning on doing anything like leading the or
Hold on. We can't understand your R2D2 sounding ass. Hold on.
Do you plan on doing anything for the? That's all I heard.
I got that. That was
He's counting down. You wait for it. He's got a countdown. Oh my
Good.
god. Derek. Son of a bitch, Derek.
I'll send it in the private chat.
Oh wait, you're back. Wait.
No,
All right,
he's gonna
am
send
I
it in the
good?
private chat.
All right.
No, you're not. You're
No,
not.
you're not.
guys.
Send it in the private chat. We'll read it for you. All right. Lord have mercy.
We apologize, especially when this is on podcast form.
Yeah,
They're not gonna have
that's
no
the
damn clue.
guitar of his voice just.
We just went into the fireworks, straight to a robot, straight to.
All right.
Yeah, I think so. I think those guys are already, like I said, those are 2 of the leaders already, Mixon and Boyd.
Definitely. Definitely.
Your thoughts on Bates, since that was kind of the 3rd guy I mentioned earlier while we're waiting on Derek's questions.
So I mean, Bates, I feel like I want him back. I mean, we all want him back. And I feel like he will sign the franchise tag. I think that's just he's just not going to show up for minicamp and all that kind of stuff. If you were going to leave $13 million sitting on the table, that's not a good business decision. I don't care who you are. So I want him back, but at what cost is where you line up. And his agent seems to want to be the guy that goes after all of the guaranteed money, and the Bengals don't like to do guaranteed money.
So you think this is his last season with the Bengals?
I kind of do.
I do too.
Unfortunately,
yeah. He's a great player, great leader, great teammate, great person. Seems like sometimes business is business. It goes both ways.
Right.
But, all right. Anything before this is Derek? Anything before the game, week 1, leading up to Sunday? What?
If I have anything planned, you got to go back to the before it turned into the romance. If you had anything planned before,
he's adding it together. I like that. Okay.
Thank you for paying attention. I already forgot
what I'm here for. So I fly in Saturday afternoon. So I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll probably end up at a bar somewhere Saturday night, have a couple of beverages before the game on Sunday. But I don't have anything set in stone yet. We're still a little ways out from that. But I've got my flight booked. Got all that ready to go. So, and what's his other question on here? And my workout routine.
Yeah, because you got to. I think he wants to see your muscles again. Jeez.
Show off the tattoo. When did you get that? Is there a story on that one?
That's been. So, what year did we switch to the B logo?
2000.
Oh God, I can't remember.
Oh, it was.
What was it? Like 05?
Yeah. Something on those lines, yeah.
Somewhere in that. So basically, I'd been saying that I wanted a Bengals tattoo, and I couldn't decide if I was going to go with the leaping tiger or the helmet or what I was going to do. And then they switched logos, and I went, "That's what it'll be."
Nice.
So it was a birthday present from my wife. Was this tattoo?
Are you going to get the WhoDey tattoo that a lot of people are getting with the Paul Brown writing?
My next one I really want to get is I want to get all the logos wrapped around my calf.
Like every team?
No,
or just the Bengals.
All the Bengals logos.
Yeah, he wants to get Pittsburgh Steelers. He wants to.
Hey, this man. Hey, he's part of the fan of fans. That whole thing. So I didn't know this man's an international superstar, man.
I want to get all the Bengals logos wrapped around my calf. That's probably going to be my next one. But
nice.
if we'd done what we could have done a couple months ago, I had that one already drawn up and ready to go.
He said if we could have done.
Let's just do it this year, okay? Can we just do it this year? Let's do the thing. Let's do the damn thing.
Enough, right? Yeah, let's just do it.
Oh, Travis is feeling it. You want to do a promo too, Travis?
No, not tonight.
You gotta save it. You gotta save it.
You think I really can go up with what he?
No, you'd embarrass yourself compared to what he did.
Golly, but no. Shawn, it has been a great time tonight. Definitely. We don't want to take too long for everybody and such, but we want to, let everybody get back to their wives on this Thursday night. So, is there anywhere that they can find you on social media? More importantly, because like they said, people take photos with you. You're quite the icon in the Bengals realm. Is there anywhere where you'll be at pregame? Like what area for tailgating and such, so people can take photos and meet you and such? Where can they find you? So
social medias, everything is at WhoDeyBaby. So Instagrams, the Twitters, that's where you can find me at. Pre-game, I'm either Longworth before 9 a.m. After 9 a.m., I go over to Lot 1. And then I am in 158. Just don't ask me for a picture when I'm in the bathroom or as I'm walking into the bathroom.
I apologize.
Let me go to the bathroom.
I was excited.
Let me come out. I'll take a picture with you. Trust me, I will. But
I'll say, what happened with that?
It wasn't me.
It was but it has happened. I've had people get mad because I'm like going into the bathroom because I've waited that, gotta go. Like, hey, can I get a picture? I'm like, stay right there. I'll be back. And they're like, yeah, you're not. I'm like,
do you want a picture of my penis? Like, this is weird.
That's on his OnlyFans. He mentioned that.
No, you gotta pay for that.
My other big pet peeve, too, if you see me with a group of kids or I'm taking a picture with the kids, do not come up and interrupt that group to say you want a picture or, oh my God, I know you, but let the kids do their thing. I mean, my wife has almost gotten in fights with people that have come up because she's usually the one that takes the pictures because they try to interrupt because they're drunk and they want to do. So don't be that guy or girl.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah. Respect this man. He's a celebrity, God damn it.
The kids. It's about the kids.
And if someone's peeing, leave them alone unless I'm sorry to that guy who I was looking for Derek's credit card.
Yeah, that's a funny story. Son of a bitch. But no, Shawn, it has been a great time with you tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, man.
It's been a blast. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Let's do it again sometime.
Yes.
You know what? I think we might be able to do that.
Are you going to be Are you going to be there for the Thursday game?
I don't plan on missing the home game. It's been 13 years.
Are you going to be there for Thursday? Well, I am. That's the game I'm going to be at. So I would like to meet everybody there. So
you're going to look for the guy in the big hat.
I might miss you. I just might not be able to find you.
I blend in.
I'd have to stand on Dale's shoulders maybe and try and find the hat just walking around in the crowd.
Yeah,
I got it.
Where's
we'll get it.
There's the hat.
I will say, if this is the time when he's at the beer pong championship, leave him alone because he'll be in his zone.
So Travis is confused.
Yeah. Please elaborate with that because I might
before we get off so every year at the Ravens game, we do a charity beer pong tournament. So we had a girl that we used to tailgate with us, and she passed away unexpectedly and way too soon. So we do a tournament in her honor. Well, she was always my partner. So in this tournament, I play solo against two because but playing with her as my partner was pretty much playing solo anyway. But but I do that every year. I help organize that and run it. And then we, like this year, I think we raised like $500 for Team Red, White, and Blue, which is they do like 5Ks and things like that in honor of veterans or wounded warriors, which was one of her big causes. So that's where the money went this year. And we've done for Operation Warrior Wishes, which is they bring wounded warriors or Gold Star families to NFL games all over the country. They do all 32 stadiums all year long and do baseball games and do that kind of stuff. It's a father and son team. They're just great, phenomenal people. But yeah, so Katie Young was her name, but she was the one that, when she passed away, we were like, we need to do something for her. So we have at the tailgate, we have a little plaque with a Miller Lite sitting on it. That's her beer every time at the tailgate. So if anybody touches that, they get their ass kicked. That's kind of, but
and then we have another one.
Yeah. And then we have the beer pong tournament. So
that's
there you go. So if you happen to be in town for the Ravens game, you get to come, play some beer pong and get your ass kicked by me because this year's champion was me.
That guy.
So
hey, real quick.
Hey.
Shout out.
And I won it on a death cup. I'm just gonna say that.
Hey, there you go.
First throw of the game.
Wow.
Hey, but real quick, as we're logging out here, shout out. Monday was Memorial Day. Thank you and God bless to those that we've lost or those that have given up their lives for freedom.
I'm so glad you did not break out during that one because you looked like you were about to.
Yeah, I thought he was froze. I was like,
I was that whole thing.
Don't try again.
One thing is hard for me. Yeah, it's hard for me to talk about.
I know.
Hard for me to talk about.
Hey, we love you, brother.
But again, thank you so much, Shawn. Seriously, it's been a blast. I'm excited to catch you down in Miami or in Cincy for the Miami game, and I think it's gonna be a hoot this year. I'm excited to talk to you again as well.
It's gonna be fun. Let's get it, baby.
Definitely.
Dey Baby! Let's go!
Yeah. Oh, boys, that was a great time. Definitely.
Hey, he brings it. I love it.
Well, certainly.
Yes,
I'm excited to see his energy for the football game and such. I want to see him be a hooligan. And also, I didn't want to say in front of his face, even if he's in the background, why is he so damn big? I know the workout routine, you wanted to ask for him, but I wanted to ask, what do you drink? Like creatine? This is not it. I'm seeing all these dudes jacked out here, and I'm over here like a fucking twig. If I'm going to be with them, I got to be.
Yeah, those are those guys that are like, why are you still at the gym? You've already won. Like, why do you keep going?
I love it. I love it. All right, do you boys want to wrap it on up here for the people?
I'll let you guys wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for the support. That's all I got.
Dale, mention this weekend. Who the hell do we have on Saturday for our live show?
John Breach. He works CBS Sports. His dad, Jim Breach, was the former kicker for the Bengals and is one of the people who is up for the Ring of Honor this year.
Well, it's going to be a very interesting Saturday, is it not, boys?
Which,
definitely
Derek,
is
is that episode at what time is that episode? Is it?
That will be at I believe 8 or 8:15. I'll have to go back and look, but I think
Maybe
he can come on around 8:15. So.
Okay, we could start at 8 if he's coming on at 8:15. Whatever, we'll try to start at like 8 or something.
We'll figure it out. We'll let you guys know most certainly on that. But as a team, guys, we're going to head out of here, and we appreciate you guys supporting. Find us on YouTube. If you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, whatever the situation may be, find us on YouTube, and then that is where you can get your comments in most certainly, because we love the questions and we love the comments throughout the whole thing. It helps us go through it. Again, we got some really big game guests and fun stuff coming up, a lot of good ideas, and I'm glad you guys get to enjoy it. So without further ado, Who-Dey, and we'll catch you on Saturday.
Hooray!